Hey guys, this is Scott with Resisting Evil through RSP channel, which stands for Reactions, Sermons, and Podcasts. And today I have a sermon and I want to talk about how faith in God, the creation, and the Bible does not have to be blind. I have a great faith in God. I have a great faith in the Bible, but I have done tons of research to realize that my faith isn't misplaced. A lot of people believe things. They constantly believe known liars in the media and the government and even in science without questioning it, without doing their own research to see if what they're being told is the truth. And in the Bible, it says, he who answers a matter before he's heard it out, it's a folly to him. So if you believe something or you say yes or no, or that's not true because of this, but you never really researched for yourself, you never looked into it, you never heard the whole story, then you are doing yourself a disservice. You know, basically, condemnation before investigation. You're condemning something before you even looked into it. And that's one thing that I wanted to bring up, because the apologetics and the history of the Bible, it's gone back thousands of years. There's been hundreds and thousands of archaeological finds that confirm the Bible. There's been tons of things that can be looked at to confirm what the Bible says. And most people haven't heard of it. But if you care, if you want to know if God really exists and what his role in your life will be, then do more than just believe what you're told or not care, but look into it. Look at it for yourself. I've done that. I went back and I've done a lot of studies on the Old Testament and different things. And I can confirm, some stuff in the Bible that you will never have heard anywhere, that we have been lied to by the government, that dinosaurs lived 65 million years ago. And but there's like a million different evidences that man and dinosaur lived together on the earth. There are rocks that have been carved on, there's cave drawings, there's figurines, there's a Cambodian temple with a stegosaurus carved into it from 800 years ago, perfectly formed. How would they have known what a stegosaurus was unless they saw one in person? The Bible talks about Leviathan, which is a giant dinosaur type creature with the tail the size of a cedar tree that shakes the ground when it walks. There was actually there was a skeleton found in North Dakota called Dragorex hogwartsia that looks identical to every dragon picture that we have ever seen. Long snout, horns coming out the side, scaly on the nose, identical. And they tried to blow it off. Oh, it's, and they changed the way it looks and said, oh, it's a 65 million year old dinosaur. But how do we know? I mean, human footprints and dinosaur footprints have been found in the same layer of earth, walking together. Human bones and dinosaur bones have been found together. And so the truth is out there if you're willing to look at it. One of the scientific facts of the Bible that surprises a lot of people and surprises scientists, and they didn't even want to admit it, was the Human Genome Project, where they trace back our DNA going all the way back to the beginning of humanity. And they concluded that we were all the descendants of one man and one woman, and that's Adam and Eve. And even the biggest evolutionists out there who say God, the Bible is BS and it was an accident over billions of years. They can't explain origins, how we started. And their best theory is that we were seeded by life on Earth was seeded by an alien culture. It's like, well, you can have faith in aliens. Well, who created the aliens and where did they come from? And how did they get the knowledge to do it? I mean, so why believe in that and not believe in God? And the answer is they don't want to be accountable to God for the things that they do. And so people point to silly things in the Bible, like it mentions unicorns um, a bunch of times in the Old Testament. But when you go back and look at all of the incidences, um, back in like 18 something, the Webster dictionary for unicorn was a one-horned rhinoceros. And the definition in the Bible, it's talking about a powerful creature. And I've seen the picture of the rhinoceros that they were talking about that has one big horn. And it is super big and powerful, but it says nothing about a horse. And so there are explanations. The Bible also talks about giants. There were giants on the earth in those days, Genesis 6:6, where they saw that women were fair and they mated with them, and their offspring were these giants that were men of renown. And these giants, including the story of David, a lot of people have blown that off through history. The Bible's not true. That can be accurate. But if you look back at newspapers in the 17 and 1800s, there was over 2,000 different news articles written with pictures and eyewitness testimony of giant human skeletons, some of which over 10 feet tall, were found throughout the Americas and South America in these big burial mounds. And tribal leaders believe and know of this race of giants that was around when they were. And so there's some interesting stuff. There's also carvings in the Grand Canyon that tell the story of Noah and his ark. And there's a lot of evidence for a global flood as well. So the thing is, though, you've got to question what you're told. Do your own research. Do not believe known liars. Do not believe people who have a motivation, a selfish motivation. Some of these government scientists are paid to, obstruct the truth about some of the science that happens. And then some of them push bad science because they're paid to. Climate change. Yeah, the climate changes 4 times a year. It's called winter, summer, spring, and fall. But there's an agenda behind this idea that the climate is going to destroy everything, and there's this calamity, and so we need huge government and lots of money and lots of restrictions. And global warming went away because it was proven to be false. So they stopped calling it global warming and switched to climate change. So question things, but you can know. You can have faith in God. You can have faith in the Bible. You can discover the truth through just taking the time to look into it. I could give you, all of the things that I've said. I could give you, background and recite and where to look it up and do it for you. But no, you believe me, don't believe me, I don't care. Just go look it up for yourself, because when you find multiple sources, and the Bible says the truth is discovered and many witnesses. So you can know the truth if you find several different sources, you check it out, you look at all sides of it. But, what God did for us, the miraculous nature of human DNA and the human body and its creation is so amazing. And the odds of that happening and coming around to where we evolved into one complete human, one complete man, and one complete woman at the same time to start humanity. It's just impossible. That's such absurdity. Of course, God created us. He made us in his image, and he loves us, and he has a plan for us in our lives. And you can know that plan, but you can know the truth. You don't have to take things like blind faith. You don't have to just believe things and act like, oh, but just know that the truth is found in, also found in consequences and how you're living and what you're doing with your life. When you believe in God and you're doing right, things will always go well. You'll have challenges, and Christians are persecuted, but they receive in themselves blessings from God, and know and have a feeling of accomplishment. But there's a hole in your heart, and you're missing what God has for you and his love and the meaning and purpose in your life. Joy is something that is a gift, exclusive gift from God. Joy, just unconditional happiness. It's being elated and being filled with love, and it's amazing feeling. But when you're in rebellion against God, then and you've turned your back to him, you're limiting yourself, and you're receiving negative consequences in your life. So anyways, I hope you will look things up. I hope you'll have faith in God and the Bible, and realize that you have been lied to. You've been totally deceived. A lot of things have been hidden from you. And, if we could only know what it is that we don't know. I want to know what I don't know, and then I want to know what it is that I don't know, and I want to find out about it and know it. So I love knowledge, and start looking into it. That's the beauty of the internet. It's really easy to do research. So good luck, and God bless, and I'm praying for you. You have a good day.